Because of the government's push to encourage the take-up of low-emission or zero-emission electric vehicles, there's never been a better time for employers to offer such a scheme because of the big income tax and NI savings that are available via a scheme like TCH Salsa. New diesel and petrol cars will not be produced from 2030, so employers should recognise this scheme as a great employee benefit, as it helps their staff transition to cleaner vehicles. Also, HMRC's confirmed the very low company car tax percentages for the next 4 years, which means this scheme will be the most competitive way of acquiring a new electric or hybrid vehicle, as the income tax and national insurance savings are maximised. You'd normally have to organise the servicing, maintenance, tyre replacements, insurance, the breakdown cover and accident management all by yourself at extra cost. And there are sometimes unexpected costs to pay for as well. With the TCH Salsa scheme, it's all included for you, so there are no surprises along the way. When comparing against the costs of a traditional finance offer, you need to consider all these extras that you will have to pay for, and they easily mount up. Well, actually it includes everything. The 2 or 3 year contract includes all routine servicing and maintenance. It includes all the tyre replacements, breakdown cover and accident management, and last but not least, fully comprehensive business insurance with a fixed premium for the whole contract period, even if you have an accident. The only other thing to budget for is the cost of your fuel.
The scheme is very, very simple to set up. Once we've agreed the parameters and you've agreed to set a scheme up, TCH Salsa provide all of the necessary documentation, the legal agreements and the employee documents to enable the employee to actually join into a scheme. We provide the website with all the quoting facility within and all the information for the employees to enable them to understand what they're actually signing up to, what they're signing into and what they're signing for with the car. There are no minimum amount of employees to join a scheme. We can have a scheme from 2 employees upwards.
Depending on any employer restrictions, you can obtain any make and model in the market in the UK. However, the best savings are made on low CO2 or zero emission vehicles. As the cars are classed as a benefit in kind, in essence a company car, you have to pay company car tax via a change in your tax code. So if you choose a low emission car, the company car tax is lower and the savings will be bigger. We give your employer a PIN number which you use to register yourself on the TCH Salsa website. Once you've registered, you can generate as many quotes as you wish and start the order process once you've decided on the car you want. Once your paperwork's returned to us, having had your employer carry out their checks and everything is signed, we then order your vehicle. Yes, we're supplying more and more of what we call ULEVs, ultra low emission vehicles, as the government wants us to adopt more of this technology to improve the environment. ULEVs get the full tax and national insurance savings, making them even more attractive on the TCH Salsa scheme. The prices can still be quite high for these vehicles in comparison with petrol and diesels. However, combined with the government grants on some smaller models, there are now very affordable versions in either purely electric or hybrid. The mileage range on electrics is increasing substantially as well as battery technology improves. For instance, the new model Nissan Leaf can now go up to 235 miles on a single charge, which is fine for most drivers. Charging times will also improve as charging technology becomes smarter. This depends on the make and model, as they all vary. There's currently a worldwide production issue caused by microprocessor shortages, and many manufacturers are quoting between 6 to 12 months delivery on some models. However, in some cases, TCH can use its network of dealers to source vehicles quicker. A good question. There isn't one. It's a great way of getting a brand new car with absolutely everything included for one regular monthly payment. Remember, you don't even have to find a deposit, and because the car is leased to your employer, you don't have to undergo any credit checks. So it will not affect your credit rating if you're going for other forms of finance. You only start paying for the car in the payroll period after delivery.
An 18-year-old driver can participate in the scheme, provided they have passed the driving test. Yes, you do accrue a claims bonus on the Salsa insurance, and yes, that would be applicable when you go to renew insurance elsewhere. If you have an accident whilst driving a TCH Salsa car, what you would need to do is phone the TCH Salsa driver helpline. They would then direct you where the nearest repair centre is, or have the car recovered if it's undrivable, and from there they will do the necessary insurance paperwork and assist you in getting your claim facilitated. Taking any employee benefit using a salary sacrifice scheme will affect your NHS or local authority pension. So it's best, if you can, to top that up if your pension provider allows you to do so. Alternatively, you will see a reduced benefit in the long term when you retire. Essentially, the car is leased through your employer and provided to you on a salary sacrifice scheme. So the car shouldn't be transferable. If your new employer is willing to take a salary sacrifice scheme with TCH Salsa, that car could then be transferred accordingly with you to your new employer. Charging points are coming online every day. New charging points are rolling out by the 1,000 on a weekly basis. So that, yes, essentially in the past there have been issues with charging. People leave their car charging overnight when it's actually fully charged. But nowadays, that's not so much the case. You should be able to charge your car wherever you go without any issues. If you do run out of charge, in the unfortunate event that you do run out of charge, you would pick up the phone to TCH Salsa helpline. They would authorise the RAC to come out and put enough charge in your vehicle to get you to a charging point where you can charge for your onward journey. That is a myth. It used to be the case many years ago, but nowadays that has been debunked and batteries are now being recycled. Manufacturers have to take the batteries back and recycle them, and many new companies are springing up now who are able to recycle the battery for a second use. You can tow with an EV. You have to follow the towing guidelines of the actual vehicle itself and make sure the nose weight of the caravan isn't too heavy for the EV. Currently you don't. There are some plans afoot in some cities where they will be expecting you to pay for journeys around the city, even though you have a ULEV vehicle. The government recently passed legislation meaning that 99% of EVs on the road use the same charging cable. During a TCH Salsa contracted period, We will record your mileage every time the vehicle goes for a service, requires an MOT, requires tyres, maybe a windscreen, or even accident damage. If you go over your contracted mileage, we will charge you a pence per mile rate, which is then payable when the car is returned. Up until that point, there's no need to worry about your vehicle's mileage. Salary sacrifice is a fantastic way to take a brand new car. You're helping to save the planet in reducing your carbon emissions. You're then benefiting from tax and national insurance savings through your employer reducing your salary. You're also benefiting from the TCH buying power, so the corporate buying power on your vehicle. You're potentially benefiting from VAT savings as well if your employer can reclaim VAT. You may pay some benefit in kind tax, but the savings you make far outweigh the benefit in kind tax. The TCH Salsa Scheme is provided to many public and private sector organisations. We currently provide over 200 live schemes to both types of employer. TCH Salsa is currently on the Crown Commercial Services and NHS Shared Business Services frameworks, and any public sector organisation can nominate TCH Salsa as their supplier or carry out a mini competition between one or more approved suppliers on the list. TCH can provide all of the required documentation to set up a scheme smoothly and quickly. TCH will contact you, inviting you to order a new vehicle to replace the current one. Alternatively, you can purchase the vehicle or hand the keys back and the vehicle is returned. You will be liable for charges such as parking and speeding fines, and there could be damage to the vehicle which is not covered by the leasing industry fair wear and tear guide, which does however allow for typical fair wear and tear on a 2 or 3 year vehicle. Employees can download the TCH Salsa app to their mobile phone from Google Play or Apple Play Store. They can register their new vehicle on the app and get assistance with everything from service booking, tyre replacement appointments and breakdowns. There are also sections on taking your vehicle abroad, end of lease checklist, and also a sell my car option for those employees replacing another vehicle.
All quotes will be valid for a period of 30 days, but in order to accommodate our audit sign-off process, we will refresh all quotations at the point of order if the above time limit has been exceeded. You will then have the opportunity to amend your car selection if the price is increased. Yes, changes can occur in the amount of discount offered by manufacturers, and quotes will take account of the changing cost of particular cars together with changes to finance rates. Yes, the scheme is restricted to either 24 or 36 months, although extensions may be offered up to 4 years by TCH on application at the original end of contract. Once your order has been authorised, the sacrifice will be honoured, excluding manufacturer price increases or exceptional circumstances. If the rate of VAT increases or VAT rules change during the period that the car is provided, TCH reserves the right to adjust the monthly rental accordingly. No, however, you will be unable to participate in the car scheme if the amount sacrificed from your gross salary results in your salary falling below the national living wage limit. Yes, as long as your employer is in agreement, you can take a car for yourself or another member of the household, as long as they too have a full valid driving licence and meet the insurance criteria previously outlined. You can continue to have use of your vehicle. We will cover payments for the vehicle if your pay falls to statutory minimum amounts. Any financial assistance is discretionary and may be subject to repayment on your return. We will notify HMRC via a letter which we send to you on delivery of your vehicle. HMRC will issue a tax code change for you, which your payroll will apply in order that the company car tax can be collected monthly from your salary. You may see the reduction in your salary within the month your car is delivered, dependent on the date it was delivered and your payroll cut-off dates. Alternatively, the reduction will take place in the following month. The insurance policy is fully comprehensive with fixed premiums for the whole of the primary contract length, including fixed premium for up to 3 years, a guaranteed courtesy car in the event of an accident, unlimited cover for business use for the employee, legal expenses and uninsured loss cover, cover for European travel. If there is any fault claim, you'll be required to pay an excess. Current excess rates will be shown with your insurance quote on the website. The excess is usually less than typical personal insurance policies. You're committing for the term you select. If you do decide you no longer want the vehicle, you can obtain an early termination quotation at any time during the term of the agreement, but you will be responsible for any charges arising. If you're forced to retire due to ill health, providing the vehicle was not damaged or exceeded its contractual mileage, there would be no termination charge. However, dismissal resulting from incapability would result in an early termination charge being levied against you.